Hola clase, bienvenidos. Hoy vamos a continuar la discusión del presente del subjuntivo. Okay, so today we're going to continue the topic of present subjunctive. Remember that when you're looking at a sentence trying to decide indicative or subjunctive, you have two things that must be true in order to use present subjunctive in the subordinate clause. Number one, remember that main clause verb must be weird. Okay, it must have a wish or a want, an emotion, an impersonal expression or statement, a request, or doubt or denial. Secondly, there must be a change in subject. Okay, so what happens if these two things are not true? Okay, remember that if that main clause verb is not weird, we will use the present tense. For example, I know that today is Monday. Okay, I know is my main clause verb. And that is not a weird verb. Okay, that's actually a verb of certainty. I know it. Okay, so I do not use subjunctive. I would say, yo sé que hoy es lunes. Okay, and if there's no change in subject, you will use an infinitive. Okay, so we want to go to the movies. Queremos ir al cine. We hope to study tonight. Esperamos estudiar esta noche. Remember that your subjunctive sentences are going to be set up as follows. Forgive me. Your main clause, remember, is the first part of your sentence, okay, with the first subject and an indicative verb with the K, and your subordinate clause is the second part of the sentence. It has your second subject and your subjunctive verb. Okay, here's an example here. She insists that I go to bed early. Okay, it's her desire, it's her hope, it's her wish, it's her want that I go to bed early, but will I? That is the part that's unknown or uncontrollable. So I go to bed early is where I need to put the subjunctive. Okay, to say that in Spanish, you would have, ella insiste en que yo me acueste temprano. Okay, so today, in our continuation of weird verbs, we're going to talk about verbs of request. Okay, on your note guide, you've got 6 verbs there to fill out. First up, you have dejar que. It means to allow that. Exigir que, to demand that. You'll notice on your note guide, exigir is going to have a present tense irregular yo form because it ends in GIR. Okay, that yo form is exijo with a JO. Third verb, mandar que, to order or command that. Pedir que, to ask that. It is a stem changer, E to I. Prohibir que, to prohibit that. And insistir en que, to insist that. Okay, so anytime one of these 6 verbs is your main clause verb and you have a change in subject, you're going to have to put your subordinate clause verb in the present subjunctive. Let's look at a few examples. Number 1 says, they demand that we arrive on time. Okay, so let's check. Number 1, they demand. Is that a weird verb? Yes, it is. Okay. It's their demand. It's their request that we arrive on time, but will we? That's the part that is unknown. Okay, and then secondly, is there a change in subject? There absolutely is. They goes to we. Okay, so to translate this sentence, you would have, ellos exigen que lleguemos a tiempo. Number 2, we insist that you accept the invitation. Okay, so number 1, is the verb insist a weird verb? Yes, it is. Okay, it's our request, it's our desire that you accept the invitation, but we are not sure that you will. Okay, and then is there a change in subject? Yes, there is. We goes to you. Okay, so this is a subjunctive sentence. You would say, insistimos en que tú aceptes la invitación. Okay. just a quick reminder before we go to the practice. Verbs of certainty will not cause subjunctive. Okay? These verbs will cause indicative. And just a quick reminder once more, indicative in this unit will mean that you use present tense. Here are your 6 verbs that you will commonly see in this unit that cause indicative. Okay, these are not weird verbs. These are verbs of certainty. Okay, practiquemos. Our directions tell us complete these sentences with the present tense, the present subjunctive, or an infinitive. If we see an asterisk, that means the verb is irregular in one or both tenses. Okay, so irregular in the present tense or in the present subjunctive. Let's do number 1 together. Number 1 says, prohíben que yo solo. They prohibit that I go alone. Okay, so number 1, prohibir, is that a weird verb? Okay, yes, it is. It's number 5 on your list. And number 2, is there a change in subject? Yes, there is. Ellos goes to yo. Okay, so ir is going to be in the subjunctive, and its form will be vaya, V-A-Y-A. Okay, please pause me and work through numbers 2 through 8. Okay, repasemos. Number 2, my dad insists that you don't know anything. Okay, you do need subjunctive here. That's a weird verb. Sepas. Number 3, we think that the store opens at 10. Okay, pensar is not a weird verb. Okay, that is a verb of certainty. So you need here the present tense, abre. Number 4, you ask that no one leaves early. Okay, that's your request. That is a weird verb. You need here present subjunctive, salga. Number 5, the teacher demands that I have the book. Okay, again, exigir is a weird verb, and I've got to change in subject, so I need here tenga. Number 6, my parents allow that Ava drives. Okay, dejar is a weird verb, so I do need subjunctive, conduzca. Number 7, I order that Juan starts right now. I demand that of him. Okay, that is a subjunctive sentence here. We have empiece. And lastly, number 8, my mom demands to speak with the boss. Exigir is a weird verb, but there's no change in subject. Okay, there's no K. You have to use an infinitive here. Hablar. Okay. If you have any additional questions about using present subjunctive, how subjunctive sentences are set up, what your weird verbs are, please jot those down on your note guide and we will review that next class. Okay, muchas gracias. Adiós.